carbon nanotubes. It hasn't been around long enough to say it's going to be good for 25 years, but right now we're not sure why we're up. But if we direct sunlight, I don't know. We're working on that.
So now maybe we can turn to the advice portion of the event. Willem, when Paul gets up in the morning tomorrow, what should be the first thing he thinks about doing?
Well, I think the product looks very intriguing and very exciting potentially, and so I think your key challenge is how to focus. I mean, you mentioned some remote powering and thinking, well, you can put a solar panel there as well, so you're not really finding it, leveraging the uniqueness of your material. So find where your material is unique, where you don't have an existing solution. So if you go for, say, PV replacement or even small windmills, then I think your energy density that you quoted is still pretty low. So I think the flexibility is a key characteristic. So find the application where that's really valuable, or even in a battery, like I think lightweight batteries, sort of like in wearables. I think that's where the looks of it is much more attractive and much more feasible than go for things where you already have an existing solution.
Bill, how would you suggest Paul move forward?
Yeah, I kind of agree with what Willem said. I think that's probably the most important. But I think when you mention strategic partners and you're going to go after people, you don't necessarily have to tell us who those people are, but you should kind of be tailored to the strategic partner that will help you with the focus you want to move towards. So if we're Shell, for example, that you would say, we're hitting the oil industry. This is our low-hanging fruit. Or microelectronics. I think I agree with it. The focus needs to happen. If they're all things to all people, you sound like a startup forever. And you clearly have a great product, but you want to really zero in on what's most important.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I wrote focus down 2 or 3 times as well. And I think I was struggling to think about where this was most useful. And then your example of possibly the remote sensors, I was trying to visualize, because the power density and the cost effectiveness, PV pricing is coming down and down, and the mini-minis, like on a vehicle, I'm finding myself wondering, well, is that really better than existing, because it's warmth? I guess there's some vibration there, so maybe you're picking up some additional energy density. But so I think focusing a bit more on what's that compelling first value proposition, and making your investor, presumably for your Series A, helping them to visualize how exciting that is. It does seem like quite unique technology, but it's because you cited so many examples, I couldn't seize on one until maybe your sensor example.
The 2 pieces of feedback I would offer are, number one, if you're really at a watt per meter squared, right? I'm assuming this material is $20 or more per meter squared to make even in volume. So at $20 a watt, a solar cell could be as low as 30 cents a watt, maybe lower. Right? So I think you really have to understand how your product competes on the landscape, number one. And number two, as you look at that landscape, I'm really worried about light, because it's not just the felt, it's how do I connect leads to the felt? How do I have the power electronics to harvest the energy out of it through some sort of a power point tracking piece of electronics? And so you're going to have to match the life and the risk associated with the life with the market that you're going into first. So maybe a no warranty consumer product like a mousepad, maybe that's a great place to learn. So I think you got to think about early markets and late markets in the context of what you know right now.
Hard to answer all those.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone give Paul